A Slice of Sunshine by Yejide Adeniyi. The end of work on Friday couldn't come early enough. From the deadlines to the talk downs, the endless meetings, and an impossible boss that could never be pleased. Work had become really draining lately, and going home afterwards always felt like a detox. But today was extra special because Oyi, my best friend, was picking me up. Oyi and I used to be inseparable, but this adulting thing meant we had to intentionally schedule time to see each other. This weekend would be the first time we were physically hanging out since we both started working about 6 months ago. Onyi's company had given her an apartment, so I was finally going to see it and spend the night there. Onyi loved her job, but honestly, Onyi was inherently a happy person. If we traded places, she'd probably find a reason to like the job I hated. Her apartment was unmistakably hers. Minimalist setup, neutral colors with a hint of pink, her favorite color, and it smelled faintly of vanilla. The hint of achievement was hard to miss with a shiny Employee of the Month plaque hanging on a wall. Another wall had post-it notes with a delicate handwriting, and one read, "I attract good things." As I complained about my boss, Mr. Roberts, for the umpteenth time during dinner, Oyi interrupted. You could also just be overreacting. Wait first, hear me out, she added quickly when my expression changed. Maybe you just acknowledged that your team's performance was abysmal. You don't expect to get 5 stars for bad performance now. She advised me to look at things from my boss's perspective. I tried, but I couldn't see any perspective that would make Mr. Roberts perpetually mean. Still, Oyi was persuasive and impossibly positive. She showed me her mood board and the positive affirmations taped neatly to a dressing room mirror. I had a great time at Oyi's, and by the time I was leaving the next morning, her energy had rubbed off from me. Today's going to be a good day, I told myself half jokingly. By Saturday night, I had my own mood board and an affirmation quote that said, "I am enough," stuck to my bathroom mirror. By Sunday night, I was a believer because my day had been thoroughly pleasant. First, the very handsome Derele, the pastor's new PA, smiled at me. Then, I found my lost long earring, which I had been searching for since forever. And out of the blue, my cousin sent me money. Obviously, the positive affirmations were working big time. Monday was a public holiday, but I woke up early anyway and made breakfast for everyone while humming a tune. My brother touched my forehead and asked if I was fine, and even his clowning didn't ruin my mood. I'll admit that it was a rare sight to see me cheerful while doing chores, but can you blame me? I was happy. I deliberately chose my bright yellow dress for work on Tuesday morning. Yellow wasn't exactly my favorite color for the first work day of the week. I'm a black outfit kind of girl. But since this speaking into the universe thing was working, I was going to do it right. Just before I left the house, Google Maps showed that I'd arrive at work 45 minutes early, which was a first because I am never on time. The buses plying the Obalinde route passed one after the other, each one more depressing than the last. Ordinarily, I'd have boarded any of them and found another unimpressed Lagosian to complain to. But now, I was positive, and my positivity had earned me enough time to choose a neat-looking bus. I settled into a window seat, and soon after, a woman arrived with what seemed like her entire belongings and sat beside me. She stuffed some of her bags under the seat, denying me leg space. I didn't mind, since it was a short journey, but she squirmed continuously, complaining that the seat was small. My smile was still plastered on my face, but as I felt it slowly detaching from my heart, I muttered to myself, I choose to focus on the good. As we made our way to Obalinde, she frantically rummaged through her bag, searching for something that seemed very important. She nearly jabbed me in the face with her elbow as she retrieved a pack of very crunchy chin-chin which she chewed noisily. Less than 5 minutes later, her phone began to ring, and she emptied nearly all the contents of her bags onto her laps and mine while trying to find it. By this time, my smile had vanished. "Madam," I started slowly. But she held up a finger to her lips to shush me and shouted into the phone, Ade Rodo, Ade come. When she hung up, she smiled apologetically and said, My dear, no vex, and began putting her things back into her bag. That's when I noticed her fingers were covered in blue ink. I looked down at my yellow dress and it was covered in blue ink too. Immediately, I heard Oyin's voice in my head. Calm down, babe. It's going to be... I didn't let Oyin's voice finish before silencing it with a bombastic side eye. I think all the frowning and anger that had been repressed since Friday came rushing out. I turned to the woman and roared, Look at my dress! See what you've done! How am I supposed to go to the office looking like this? Of course, I got to work very late and could hear Mr. Roberts' voice from afar. Is this what I asked you to do? Can't you carry out a simple task without errors? I stood there, glaring at the blue stains on my yellow dress. I couldn't believe how a seemingly perfect day could just go off the rails. I tried, honestly I did, but no smile would come, no affirmation, nothing positive. Somewhere, I could hear Onyi's voice again. Calm down, babe, but I beg, I beg, I beg. I wasn't ready to listen. Not yet anyways. The end.